Hey YouTube, Gallagher123123 here again with another iOS 16 video taking a look at the exciting new features contained in this update. And in this one, we're going to take a look at a feature that Apple spent a significant amount of time discussing during the WWDC keynote, and that is the ability to create a customized lock screen experience with widgets and to be able to do things like change the way the time looks and all that neat stuff. The best way, at least when I first heard about it, to think of this is it's kind of like complications for the Apple Watch. And in this video, I'll show you how it all works with VoiceOver. Now, there are a few things to be aware of. The experience right now for doing this with VoiceOver is not perfect by any means, and I would encourage you, after you watch this video and you go to try it, be patient. It may be difficult to totally get the hang of how to do it, because it is a bit finicky. But once you have a lock screen set up the way you like it, I think you'll find it is a very nice way to really get information quickly at a glance. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the voice I'm using for this video is Evan Enhanced, so if you like this voice, you can try him out. And you can see my video on the voices to learn more about all the great voices that are available. Alright, let's get into this. I'm going to go ahead now and unlock my iPhone 12.
12:48 a.m.
Okay, there we are. And to get into the customization, we have a few options. So we can either do a triple tap, or we can double tap and hold. I will do, oops, it went to sleep on me. I will do a triple tap.
12:49 a.m. Try again.
Oh. Okay, there we go. I'll do a triple tap on the time, and that should...
Color. Button. Apple Watch battery. Apple Watch battery. Cullen's Apple Watch is fully charged.
Oh.
Customize.
Okay, let me just dismiss this notification.
Notification. Dismiss.
Perfect. Okay.
Color. Button.
So now we're in a list of any lock screens that we have created. Now,
weather. Color. Focus. Button.
I'll explore this screen with you after we create one.
Color. Button.
Now, I was just using a basic lock screen for this video demo. That is just a black screen, essentially. So we're going to go to the right now
Add new lock screen
until we find
Button.
Add New Lock Screen Wallpaper. And we will double tap to activate.
Add new lock screen wallpaper. Color gradient. Green to yellow. Button. A complete
And
view
if
of
we
the
go
moon.
to the
moon.
left,
Feature. Color gradient. Astronomy.
we're in a bit of a
Weather.
featured
Emoji.
thing right now.
Hero.
Okay, but
Button.
now we're in the
Activate
list.
to customize wallpaper.
Now, an important thing to note here is wallpaper, which is, kind of a visual thing, does play an important role here in customizing your lock screen and, to an extent, your home screen. We'll get to that in a minute. And so you kind of need to know what you're selecting. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do may be the easiest, and that is to do a solid color,
Weather. Emoji.
or a color
Hero.
gradient.
Photo shuffle. Button. People.
So,
add new wallpaper. Heading.
we get to this Add New Wallpaper heading. If we go to the right, so I'll flick right,
Close. Button.
we can close the screen.
Photos. Button.
We can
Activate
pick
to customize wallpaper.
from our photos
People. Button.
people
Activate to
that will try to
customize
bring us
wallpaper.
to photos of people that we may have.
Photo shuffle. Button.
A photo
Activate
shuffle.
to
I
customize
have one that I
wallpaper.
actually really like for photo shuffle.
Emoji. Hero. Button. Activate
We could
to
do
customize
emoji,
wallpaper.
and I'll show you that one too.
Weather. Button.
You can do
Activate
the weather,
astronomy. Button.
astronomy,
Color gradient. Hero.
or color gradient.
Activate to customize wallpaper.
Now, I'm going to select color gradient, as that is one of the easiest to set up. So let's go ahead and double tap.
Clock widget. Button.
Now, this is where things get a little tricky. We want to select a color, and VoiceOver has not taken us right to that area.
Add widget. Button. Right. Color picker. Button. Right. Page 5 of 6. Adjust.
So what we need to do
Swipe up or down with
is
one
use
finger to
Explore
adjust
by
the value.
Touch, and towards the bottom of the
Gray,
screen,
purple. Background color. Heading.
we can find the background color heading. Now using heading, if you have a gesture for that, will not work, unfortunately. So you do need to use some Explore by Touch to make this work.
Close. Button. Background color. Custom color. Button.
So you can do a custom color.
Background color. Heading.
And then there's the heading for background color.
Close. Button.
And the close button. That close button will be important. We'll need to use that when we're done picking a color from the list. So if we go to the right now,
Cyan. Button.
you'll see that we have some color choices. We have cyan,
Cyan blue. Button.
cyan blue,
Purple. Button.
purple,
Purple. Button. Pink. Purple. Purple.
and those are different shades of purple.
Purple. Pink. Button.
Pink,
Red. Button.
red,
Red orange. Button.
red orange,
Orange. Button.
orange.
Light yellow. Orange. Light yellow. Button. Light yellow green. Button.
So you're hearing all these choices for color.
Green. Grayish green. Grayish cyan. Grayish magenta. Grayish orange. White. Black. Button.
Now black is one I like, but I already have a black screen. So
White.
why don't we
Grayish
select?
magenta. Light yellow. Orange. Button. Light yellow. Button.
We'll select light yellow. So once we find it, we'll double tap.
Selected. Light yellow.
Oh yeah, that's very bright. So now we need to find the close button. So if we do a bit of Explore by Touch,
Selected. Purple. Close. Background color. Heading.
and we find background color, if we flick right,
Close. Button.
there is the close button. We need to double tap this.
Cancel. Button.
And now we can begin customizing our lock screen.
Add. Cancel. Button.
So
Add.
that
Button.
add button will come to that at the end. That is to save the screen that we are making.
Top widget. Button.
So
Double tap
here
to
we have an
customize.
option for the top widget. By default, this will just show your date. And the date won't completely disappear, but it will be shortened if you add a top widget. So why don't we do that? I'll double tap,
Top widget. Choose widget. Heading.
and it says choose widget heading. This is exactly where we want to be.
Close. Suggestions.
So we have some suggestions here.
Next alarm. Button.
Next alarm,
Next event. Button.
next event,
Conditions. Button.
weather conditions.
Calendar. Date. Button.
We can pick the date,
Next event.
next
Button.
event,
Clock.
clock.
City.
We can
Button.
have a city
Next alarm. Button.
or next alarm.
Fitness. Activity. Button.
You can get your activity rings, so if you have an Apple Watch, those can show up here for you.
Reminders. Due today. Button.
You can have your reminders,
Weather.
weather,
Location. But conditions. Button.
whole bunch of weather widgets.
UV index. Sunrise and moon. Precipitation. Wind. But air quality. Show notifications. Button. Conditions. Button. UV index.
So now
Button.
it's looping around a
Sunrise
bit.
and sunset
So you have to kind of know
Due to reminders.
and use a bit of Explore by
Activity.
Touch.
But
So
activity. Button.
let's say we want for the top widget, next event.
Next city. Clock. City. Next alarm. But city. Next fitness. Activity. Reminders. Due to
Okay,
next city.
just use
Clock.
Explore
Next
by-
of date.
do
Button.
some flicking.
Calendar. Condition. Next event. Button.
Okay, there's next event. Let's double tap.
Next event.
Now VoiceOver does not confirm that is selected, and unfortunately there's no way to confirm that, but it is, and I know that from experience that it is indeed selected. Now we're going to find the heading
Choose widget.
for
Heading.
choose widget, and then, so I used Explore by Touch to get to the choose widget heading, and I will now flick right
Close. Button.
to the close button and double tap.
Add widget.
Now we have our top widget set up.
Right. Add with clock widget. Button. Double tap to customize.
We can double tap on this clock widget option to adjust options like font and
Clock
color
number style. Button.
of the clock. So I will just show you this. I'm not going to select anything here because I'm actually happy with how this is looking.
Font and color.
This is
Heading.
much more of a visual thing.
Close. Button. Selected. 12. SF soft time. Bold.
So you have
Button.
SF bold,
Selected. 12. SF soft time.
Soft
Bold.
time.
12. SF soft time. Light. Button.
you have a light
12.
font,
SF rounded time. Medium.
Rounded.
12. SF stencil time. 12. New York time. Bold.
so
Button.
you can do that. You can also adjust the color
Dark purple. Dark cyan.
on the bottom.
Cyan. White. Button. Selected. Gray. Button.
By default, it is gray.
12. SF stencil time. Close. Button.
So we have that selected now. So we will double tap on this close button.
Cancel. But add. Top widget. Button.
Now, we
Double tap
want
clock
to
widget.
go
But add
to
widget. Button.
the Add Widget button. And this is where we can add our main widget.
Add widget. Add widgets. Heading.
And we have the Add Widgets heading.
Close. Button.
Now we have a lot of choices here even by default.
Next event, calendar widget, rectangular, button.
And there are
Activate
two
or double tap and
sizes
drag to add widget.
of widgets. There are rectangular and there are circular. Now, I tend to like to use the circular ones because you can have 3 circular or 2 rectangular for this area.
Temperature, weather widget, circular, button.
So
Activate or
these
double
are
tap
some
and drag to add
suggested
widget.
ones.
Add widgets, close. Next event.
But we
temperature,
can
activity.
go further
Next,
down.
City precipitation status, city analog, air quality conditions, today, batteries, button.
And we can see the various choices that are available to us.
Calendar, batteries, button.
For apps and services. So we have batteries,
Calendar, button.
calendar,
Clock,
button,
fitness,
home,
news, button.
news,
Reminders,
reminders, and weather
show
for now.
New home, button.
Now it's important to be careful that if you keep flicking, you'll kind of leave the area. So it is a bit hit or miss here.
News,
but if you get lost, you can use a bit of Explore by Touch, and that should allow you to get back through it.
New home,
So I want to start
fitness, clock,
with actually some weather.
Weather, button.
So let's double tap on weather.
Selected, weather, heading.
And there is a heading for weather.
Temperature, see the current temperature for your location.
And we have a temperature widget.
Temperature, weather widget, circular. Button.
And that one is
Activate
available
or double tap and drag to add widget.
as a circular widget.
Conditions, see the current weather conditions for your location.
And then we have conditions.
Conditions, weather widget, rectangular.
Which is a rectangular
Activate
widget.
or double tap UV index, see the current UV index for your location.
UV index.
UV index, weather widget, circular. Button.
And that's circular.
Sunrise and sunset, see the upcoming sunrise or sunset.
And we have
for your
sunrise,
location.
sunrise, sunset.
Sunrise
Whole
and
bunch of
sunset
options
moon,
here.
See the current moon phase and the up moon, weather widget, rectangular, precipitation, see rain, snow, sleet, or hail forecasted for your location.
So I want to add the
sun,
temperature
UV,
widget.
Temperature, see the current temperature for your location. Temperature, weather widget, circular. Button.
So we can just double tap on this button that says temperature, weather widget, circular. So if we double tap,
temperature, weather widget,
now,
circular.
Again, VoiceOver does not confirm that's selected. However, visually, I can see that it is in fact there. Now that we've added that widget, we need to close out of the weather screen. And to do that, we need to find the close button.
Temperature, weather, heading, temperature, see weather, close.
Button. And you do have to find that close button with Explore by Touch.
Close, button.
So,
temperature, see the weather, heading.
It is near the weather heading.
Weather, close, button.
And if you move to the right of that heading, you'll find the close button. So we'll double tap now that we've found it.
Fitness, button.
The next one I want is batteries.
Home,
so
fitness, clock, calendar, batteries, button.
Let's select batteries.
Batteries, heading, status, keep track of the battery levels of your devices.
So we can keep track of the battery levels of our devices.
Status, batteries widget, circular.
And this one is available as a circular or
batteries widget, rectangular.
Rectangular.
Button. Activate or double tap and drag to add widget.
So for this, I'm going to select
status, batteries widget, circular.
Another circular.
Button.
So we'll
Status,
double tap and add that.
Widget, circular.
And it is there.
Batteries, heading, status, key
and
close.
Again, we
button.
have to find the close button.
Batteries,
and we have
button.
room for one more. So
calendar, clock, button. Fitness, clock, button.
Let's do clock and see if we can get next alarm in here.
Heading, city digital, clock widget, city digital, clock widget, rectangular, button. Activate city analog. Add a clock for a city to check the time at that location.
So you can add a city for a world clock.
City analog, clock widget, circular, button. World clock, view the time in multiple cities around the world.
And you can do a world clock.
World clock, clock widget, rectangular, button. Activate or double tap next alarm. Display upcoming alarm.
Now, next alarm is what we wanted, so
next alarm, clock widget, circular, button.
We
Activate
can
or double tap and
select
drag
that.
to add widget. Next alarm.
And again, I did the circular. So now again, we're going to find the close button.
Next alarm, clock, heading, close, button.
Okay, there it is. Double tap.
Batteries,
and again, I had to
button.
use Explore by Touch to do that. Now, if we try to add, we're at the maximum capacity for widgets now.
Clock, fitness, button.
If we tried to add one more, so let's say fitness.
Fitness, heading, activity, check in on your movement throughout the day. Activity, fitness, Fitness widget. Circular. Button.
Let's say we want to add this
Activate or double
fitness
tap and drag to
circular.
add widget. Activity. Fitness widget.
Oh, actually, there's room for
Circular.
4 circular. I'm sorry, I thought it was 3. But we are at capacity now. Because I don't think it will let us add anymore.
Button.
I'll close this and we can try it.
Clock. Button. Fitness. Home.
Because I did want to show you what would happen.
Selected. Home. Summary. Home widget. Rectangular.
So let's say we want the
Button.
home
Climate.
summary.
Climate sensor. Home widget. Circular.
Okay,
Button.
here's a circular.
Activate
So let's
or
double tap.
Climate's alert. Remove widget.
So it says to remove widget,
You must remove a widget to add climate sensor.
and that we must remove one to add this climate sensor.
Okay. Button. Okay. Climate sensor. See the status of one climate sensor type.
Okay, so that is what happens if we try to add too many.
Home close. Button.
So let's close this,
Close.
and then we
Button.
have to say close
Add
again
widget close. Button.
from the add widget screen to dismiss it.
Temperature. Weather widget. Button.
Now we can see what widgets we have here.
Status. Batteries widget. Button. Next alarm. Clock widget. Button. Activity. Fitness widget. Button.
So those are our 4 widgets.
Next status. Temperature. Weather widget. Clock widget. Button. Temperature. Status. Batteries widget. Button.
So
Next alarm. Clock widget. Button.
let's say
Activate. Next alarm. Clock widget.
that
Button.
we want to edit, see if there's any options for these widgets.
Status. Battery temperature. Status. Batteries widget. Button.
I'm going to use this batteries widget as an example. If we swipe down,
Remove status. Batteries widget.
we can remove the battery widget,
Edit.
or we can edit the battery widget. So I will double tap on edit,
Automatic.
and it's saying automatic. If we go to the right,
Automatic. Switch button. On. Double
this
tap to toggle setting.
is on. Now this will allow the phone to decide what battery we want to see. I don't like it this way. I'm going to double tap
Off.
to turn it off.
Devices.
And now it says devices,
Cullen's iPhone 12. Button.
and it lists my iPhone 12. I'll double tap on this.
Selected. Cullen's iPhone 12. Cullen's Apple Watch.
I want to see the battery for my Apple Watch, so I'm going to double tap on this.
Double tap to dismiss pop-up window. Button. Status. Batteries. Heading. Close. Button.
And since we've edited that, we can close. And I was able to flick to that close button.
Clock widget. Button. Temperature. Weather widget. Status. Batteries widget. Button. Next alarm. Clock widget. Button. Activity. Fitness widget. Button.
Now, if we find something we can't
Next
edit,
status. Temperature.
like
Weather
this
widget.
temperature
Button.
one,
Removed. Edit.
edit does still show up in the rotor for the action rotor, but you cannot use it. It won't do anything. So do be aware of that, but you'll know you can't when
Activate. Remove temperature. Edit.
you try to activate it and nothing happens. So that is something to be aware of. Okay, so we've created this lock screen. Now, you may be wondering, how do you edit a widget? You know, you want to replace something, get rid of something.
Clock widget. Top widget. Clock temperature.
Let's
Weather
say
widget.
we want to get rid
Status. Next
of
alarm.
next
Clock
alarm.
widget. Button.
If we flick down
Remove next alarm. Clock widget.
and double tap on
Clock
remove
widget.
from the
Button.
actions rotor, it's gone.
Temperature. Weather
But-
status. Activity. Bright. Active status. Temperature. Clock widget.
You may notice there's no add
Double tap to
widget button.
Customize.
Well, if we double tap on any of these widgets,
Temperature. Weather widget.
so we'll do
Button.
this one, the weather,
Temperature. Add widgets.
it brings us
Heading.
back into the add widgets heading, and it will not replace a widget. So if you delete one, you just hit on any of the other widgets that you have in your list to add another one. Doesn't matter which one. That widget that you tap on will not get replaced.
City analog. Air quality.
So
Weather widget.
let's say we
Search
want
today.
to add,
Batteries. Calendar. Clock. Fitness. Clock.
let's try
Button.
world clock,
Clock.
or the city
Digital.
city
Add a
digital.
clock for a city to check the time at that location.
Do city digital,
City digital. Clock widget. Circular. Button.
and we'll do the
Activate
circular.
window. City digital. Clock widget.
Okay, we've
Circular.
added it, so now I'm
City
going to
clock,
find the
clock.
close button.
Heading.
Oh, and I have to do this by
Heading.
explore by touch.
Close. Button.
There's close.
Close. Button.
It's on the right-hand side. Okay, I've closed out of that.
Temperature.
Now,
Status.
let's see.
Activity.
I would assume
Status. City digital. Clock widget.
that this
Button.
city digital clock widget, which is now in our widgets, can be edited. So we can select a city. Let's try it.
Remove edit. Acton, USA.
Okay, so we're in the list.
ADAC,
Now,
Abidjan, A, heading, section index.
This is a list
Swipe up or down
that's
with the
alphabetical.
Adjust the value B, C, D, E, F, G, so H, I, J, selected, K, L, selected.
So let's say we wanted to select London.
Lhasa, Lima, Lindemann, Lisbon, Little Rock, Ljubljana, Lomé, London, London, England.
We could double tap. I just used my flicking to find London. I'll double tap.
Temperature.
Now that has selected what clock we see. So now that we've customized this, let's check it out.
Clock widget, top widget, add, button.
We're going to add this lock screen. So if I double tap on add, and I just flicked over to add, it's asking us what we want to do about the home screen. We can set as a wallpaper pair,
customize home screen, button,
or we can customize the home screen. The simplest thing would be to just select set as wallpaper pair. However, I do want to quickly go into customize. So let's do that real quick.
Home background. Gradients between dark cyan and dark blue.
And
home background.
On the bottom, we have all of our controls. Now, it's a bit tough to do this. I'm just going to use Explore by Touch to see our options.
Home selected. Home background. Button.
And these are not properly labeled by VoiceOver. This is one of the areas that needs a bit of help. That first option is
not selected. Home background. Button.
It just says home background. That is the option to use the same background as your lock screen.
Home background. Light yellow. Button.
Now those are some buttons that I believe help you pick a solid color based on maybe what's in the photo or the color, but this is already a color, so don't have to worry about it.
Background. Gradients between dark cyan and dark blue. Button.
And that's a similar button.
Home background. Button.
Now that button, as far as I know, double tap, double check.
Camp photo. Favorite. Live photo. Favorite.
Yes.
July 6th.
Brings you in to your photos if you wanted to do a photo.
Nature. Button. Nature. People. Selected. All. Cities. Button.
Okay, I'm just trying to...
Cancel. Button.
Okay, cancel is on the top left. I'll double
Cancel.
tap.
Home background.
And I'll just make sure that I'm trying to get in there to see this.
Home background. Home background. Home background. Selected. Home background.
The first one is selected, which is the same.
Home background. Same
the final option, which is being labeled as same as lock screen, is actually a blur home screen feature. So if you have a very, a picture that has a lot going on it, your icons can cover it so it can blur this, so it will be less distracting. I don't like that, personally. So that is how you can turn it off, is with that last button down the bottom of the Customize Home Screen page. Now, at the top right is our Done button. Let's double tap.
Done. Color. Button.
Now, we are in the list of all of our lock screens. Now, similar to an Apple Watch, you can have multiple, and I have a good number of them now. So this is another color lock screen.
Full color. Button. Activate to set as the default screen.
It's a blue lock screen and has a number of widgets on it as well. But that's not the one we just created.
Color.
These are stored in the order that you make them. So the one we just made is at the very end.
Focus.
So if I keep flicking right,
Photos. Button.
That's one of photos. It's actually a photo shuffle.
Focus. Astronomy. Button. Activate
There's
to set
astronomy.
As the focus. Weather. Button.
There's a
Activate
weather one.
Focus. Color. Button.
There's a
Activate
color one.
Focus. Color. Button. Activate
And
to set
I
as the
believe
default screen.
that is the one we just made. So I will double tap.
Activate to set as the default screen. 36% battery power. Not charging.
And
status bar item.
it bumped us into the status bar. But if we explore this screen,
1:11 a.m. Calendar. Tuesday 30. No events today.
at the top widget,
Tuesday 30.
it says Tuesday 30.
No events today.
And no events today.
1:11 a.m.
So, there's the time. If we flick right,
Weather. Temperature currently 71. High 88. Low 70.
it gives us the current temperature. It's 71 out.
Batteries. Battery widget bold. Image. Battery widget bold mask. Image. Apple Watch 98%.
There's my Apple Watch. And it's reading it as multiple controls because the Apple Watch is plugged in.
Fitness. Move ring. 0%. Exercise ring. 0%. Stand ring. 0%.
And there's our exercise activity.
Clock. London. 6:12 a.m.
And in London, England right now, it is 6:12 a.m.
Do not disturb button.
And I have my Do Not Disturb focus enabled.
Show notifications button.
So that is what the lock screen looks like. Now, I'm going to go back into the Customize area.
1:12 a.m.
So again, to do that, we will do a triple tap.
Color button.
And it brought us to the lock screens that we have. Now you notice that after each one,
focus button.
There is a focus button.
Color button. Focus button.
So there's a focus button for our previous
button.
color.
Activate to set as the default screen.
Lock screen.
Color button. Focus.
And then there's
button.
a focus. So there's a focus button for each one. That allows you to set a lock screen to work with a focus.
Color,
so for example,
focus, weather, focus, astronomy.
This astronomy
Activate
focus,
to set as the default screen.
I could have set to come on at night when my sleep focus kicks in. And yeah, it's a very dark background, so it could be kind of relaxing.
Focus button, weather button.
So that's focus button. So let me just make sure I'm on the right one.
Astronomy.
So there's astronomy.
Focus button.
I'll double tap on this focus button.
Work button. Sleep.
And I want that for sleep.
Convention. Sleep.
I have a whole bunch of focuses here.
Work.
But
do not just work. Sleep. Button.
I want it for sleep, so we'll double tap on sleep.
Selected. Sleep.
And
link focus. Link focus. Heading. Close.
We'll close out this link focus dialog.
Astronomy. Button.
And you'll see now
to
that next to astronomy, if we flick right,
sleep. Button.
It says that it's associated with sleep. So instead of saying focus, it says sleep.
Weather. Button. Activate to set as the default screen.
There's a weather one.
Folk color. But folk color. Button.
Now,
activate to set as the
let's say we want to edit this color one. If we flick down,
delete.
We could delete this.
Customize.
Or we can customize it. Let's double tap on customize.
Cancel. Button.
And we are on a cancel button.
Done. Button.
We can say done.
Top widget. Button. Double tap to customize.
We have our top widget.
Clock widget. Button.
And all of our other widgets are here.
Weather widget. Button.
So let's say
status batteries widget. Button.
That we
active
want
status batteries widget. Button.
To remove some of these. So let's say
clock widget. Temperature.
We'll get rid of temperature.
Button. Remove temperature. Weather widget.
And
temperature. Weather temperature.
Okay.
Weather widget.
VoiceOver is not focusing. So we'll have to do a bit of explore by touch here.
Clock widget. Status batteries widget. Button.
And
activity. Fitness widget. City digital. Clock widget.
Let's say we'll get rid of the city digital.
Remove city digital. Clock widget. Clock widget. Button.
And let's say we want to add
top widget. Button.
The conditions. The conditions widget.
Clock widget. Top widget.
So again, we'll find
clock widget. Status batteries widget.
One from this row of widgets.
Status.
So the first one is our batteries widget. So we'll just double tap to bring up the add widgets screen.
Close. Button.
And I'm going to find weather. So I'll put my finger towards the bottom to get to the list of apps.
Clock, fitness, home, news, reminder, weather, button.
And there is weather, so I'll double tap on weather.
Weather, heading, temperature, see the current temperature for
So there's the temperature circular widget.
Weather widget, circular, button.
But that's not what we want, so we'll flick right.
Conditions, see the current weather conditions for your location.
And this is what we want, the conditions.
Conditions, weather widget, rectangular, button.
We want this. Let's see if we can add it.
Conditions, weather widget.
Yes, we can. And I do believe then that is the limit. So you can have two rectangular, four circular, and then I'm guessing the other option would be 1 rectangular and 2 circular. So there are some limitations on what you can do, but we have something now that we like.
Close. Button.
So we can close this.
Close.
And
Home.
just to
Button.
be sure,
Fitness. Clock.
let's
Fitness.
say we want to add the
Button.
fitness back in.
Fitness. Activity. Fitness. Activity. Fitness widget. Circular.
And we'll add
Button.
the circular one.
Activity. Alert. Remove
And
widget.
we can't.
You
We
must
have to remove
a widget
one.
to add. Remove widget. You must remove a widget to add activity. Okay. Button.
But that's fine. So we'll say okay.
Close. Button.
Close.
Close. Button.
And close.
Conditions. Weather widget. Button.
And I'm using a bit of Explore by Touch here. I'm trying to indicate that best I can as to where I'm doing that. Now, we should be able to find
Clock widget. Top widget. Done. Button.
the Done button. Now, to edit the top widget, we can just double tap on it.
Choose widget. Heading.
I'm not sure, though.
Choose with close. Suggestions. Next alarm. Next event. Button. Close.
Let me just see something.
Activity. Stat conditions. Clock widget. Top widget. Activate. Activate default.
I do not see how you delete a widget from the top area.
Activate default.
That is something I'm still trying to
Activate
figure
default.
out. Let's
Top
see if I
widget.
can.
Choose widget. Next alarm. Next condition. Calendar date. Next clock. City. Next fitness activity. Remind. Due to that weather. Location. Button. Condition. UV index. Sunrise and moon. Precipitation. Wind. Air quality. Air quality.
Yeah, there's
Wind,
not a
precipitation,
remove
location.
option.
Button. Close. Button.
I will
Color picker.
research this and we'll revisit it in a future video if we need to.
Right. Activity. Status. Conditions. Clock widget.
But
top widget. Done.
we have this
Button.
what we want, the way we want it. So let's say done.
Done.
And again, we're
Save
asked
wallpaper
what we
pair.
want to do
Button.
about the home screen. Since we have things the way we like them, we'll just set as a pair.
Color. Button.
And
Activate to set as the default.
color
screen.
is selected, so let's just double tap on
Activate
the
to
one
set
we
as
just
the
made.
default. 1:19 a.m. Weather. 71 degrees. Mostly clear. High of 88 degrees. Low of 70 degrees. Batteries. Battery weight. Emit battery weight. Upload 99%. Fitness. Move ring. 0%.
And there's
Do not
our
disturb.
widgets.
Button.
Now, really quick, I want to show you some other
1:19
options. So we're going to create another lock screen. I will... Oh, this goes to sleep before I can finish saying what we're going to do.
1:19 a.m.
I'm going to do a triple tap to bring up the
Color.
customization screens again.
Focus. Button.
And color is our last
Add
one.
new lock screen wallpaper. Button.
So we'll add a lock screen.
Add new lock screen wallpaper. Color gradient. Bright teal to blue. Solar system.
Now,
Featured.
these
Heading.
are-
Color gradient. Astronomy. Featured. Heading.
Some featured ones it brings us to first. And these are pre-customized.
Solar system. An animated color gradient. Bright teal to blue. iOS 16 wallpaper. A looping and nature emojis. Emojis that embody nature and Camp Pride wallpaper. A ribbon of diverse colors wraps around the screen. Button. Active
So
Pride
let's
wallpaper.
say-
Nature iOS color gradient. Bright teal to blue. Solar system. An animated view of the planets wending their way through the solar system. Button.
We could do
Activate to
this, so
customize wallpaper.
why don't we try this one? Let's customize it.
Add widget. Button. Clock widget. Top widget. Button.
Okay, so this
Double
one
tap to
actually does
custom-
not
add
give
widget.
us
Cancel. Add. Button.
any
Solar
widgets
system.
by
Add.
default, it
Cancel.
looks like.
Button.
So
Add widget. Clock widget.
for now,
Top-
actually, we
top
won't do
widget.
this one.
Button.
Let's cancel this
Add.
one.
Cancel. Button.
But I will show you
Color gradient. Astronomy. Weather.
another
Button.
fun one.
Emoji. Hero. Button.
Let's do
Activate to
emoji.
customize
So
wallpaper.
to get from featured,
Solar system. An animated color gradient.
I'm going to start
Color
this.
gradient.
Hold on
Close.
a second.
Button.
We're going to close
Close.
this and
Add new
we'll
lock
say
screen
add new again
wallpaper.
just so I
Button.
can show you properly how to get away from the featured stuff to make
Add
your
new
own.
lock screen wallpaper. Color gradient. Bright teal to blue. Button.
So there's a color gradient, bright teal to blue.
Solar system. An
There's solar
animated view of
system.
the Featured. Heading.
So there's the featured heading. Now if we keep going to the left, we'll find ways to create our own.
Color gradient. Hero.
So
Button.
color gradient,
Activate
we looked
to
at
custom
that.
Astronomy. Button.
Astronomy.
Activate weather. Button. Emoji. Hero. Button.
Emoji is
Activate
what I
to
want to look
customize
at. So
wallpaper.
let's double tap.
Emoji. Here. Dismiss. 1/6.
Now we can pick some emojis that will appear on the screen.
Text field. Is editing. Grinning face. Insertion point.
So-
Delete.
So it puts a grinning face in there.
Grinning face.
I just deleted that, but we can pick some. It brings up the emoji keyboard. So
Frequently used. Smiling face holding back. Frequently used. Dismiss pop. Frequently used. Heading.
Now, I need to put the phone down so I can get in here better to see what we're doing. I'd like to use the white cane emoji.
Frequently used. White cane.
Okay, I just found it by Explore by Touch.
Clapping hand. Musical note. White cane. White cane.
So there's white cane.
Clapping hands. 3. Clapping hands.
Put some clapping hands in there.
Clapping hand. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy. Hands with light
Okay,
skin tone
where's...
with smiling face holding back to your birthday cake. 3rd, an amused face. Snowflake. 5th,
Snowflake. I like my snow, so we'll put some of that in. And...
Party popper. Plane taking off. Smiling face with plane taking clapping hand. Musical notes.
Musical notes. And how about...
Smiling face holding hand. Birthday. An amused face with Christmas tree. Christmas tree.
How about a Christmas tree? So we've added our emojis. And...
Text field is editing.
Next to the test field.
Frequently used. Close. Text field. Frequently used. Christmas tree. 9.
So you'll have to find the close button with Explore by Touch.
Text field is a close button.
Okay, there it is. So we'll double tap.
Cancel button.
And this is the exact same thing we have before.
Cancel. But add top widget button.
We can add a
Double
top
tap to
widget.
Customize clock widget button. Double tap to customize.
And or we could do
Add widget button.
the main area below the clock for widgets. For this one, let's do 2 rectangular widgets.
Add widget. Add widgets. Heading.
So why don't we do...
Conditions. Weather widget. Rectangular.
Okay, conditions is actually a suggested.
Widget.
So let's just do that for
Conditions.
speed.
Weather widget. Rectangular.
And how about reminders?
Status. Activity. Temperature. Next alarm. Next event. City digit. Status. Batteries widget. Precipitation. City analog. Next event. Today. Batteries. Button. Calendar. Clock. Fitness. Home. Button. News. Reminders. Button.
Okay, here's reminders. Just been flicking right. I'll double tap on this.
Selected. Reminders. Heading. List. List. Reminders widget. Rectangular. Button.
And
activate or double
here
tap and drag
is
to add widget.
the rectangular widget
List.
for
Reminders
a
widget.
reminder
Right,
list.
Tap or drag to add widget. List. Reminders. Heading. List.
Okay,
list,
and we have to
reminders
find the
widget.
close button
Reminders.
with Explore by
Heading.
Touch.
Close. Button.
And there's
Fitness.
close.
But add widgets. Heading.
Now, we can't add
Home.
more,
Fitness.
so
Butt clock. Calendar.
just to verify,
Battery. Today. Batteries. Button.
let's...
Status. Batteries widget. Circular. Button. Status alert. Remove widget.
So yes, we cannot
You
do
must
that.
remove. Okay. Button. Okay.
So let's close that.
Better close. Button.
And
Conditions. Web close. Button.
close that.
Conditions. Clock widget. Top widget. Add. Button.
And we'll use the add button on the top right, which is highlighted. And
Set
again, we're
wallpaper
asked what we
pair.
want to do about the home screen. I want to verify the settings here, so I'm
Set
going
as
to
customize
say
home screen. Button. Customize home screen.
customize home screen.
Home background. Gradient between dark cyan and dark blue. Button. Home background. Selected. Home background.
Okay, so it's set to use the same as the lock screen background, so it will have the emojis.
Home background.
However,
Home background. Button.
that's if we wanted to do a photo.
Selected. Home background. Same as lock screen.
That's same as lock screen thing, which it is technically, as I said earlier, the option of whether or not to blur the background for the home screen is on. I don't like that, so let's turn that off.
Selected. Home background.
So where it
Same
says
as lock
selected
screen.
here,
Button. Home background.
I'm going to
Same as
double
lock
tap to
screen.
unselect it. Now, I don't think you can visually see
Selected.
when I do
Home
it
background.
a difference,
Same as lock. Home background. Same as lock screen.
but that is off now.
Home back. Select done.
So
Button.
we'll say done.
Done. Color. Button.
And it's brought us back now to the beginning of the list. So
Photos. Focus. Button.
again, that button after photos is to select a focus for that one.
Astronomy. Sleep. Button.
Astronomy, that's already been associated with sleep.
Weather. Focus. Color. Button. Focus. Color. Button. Focus.
Color, that's the last one we made.
Emoji. Button.
And
Activate
there's
to set
the
as
emoji
default
one.
Focus. Button. Emoji.
So let's set this as default.
Activate to set as the default.
Let's see what it looks
1:26
like.
a.m.
So I'm just going to hold it up so I can see it briefly. Oh yeah, I can see some canes and... Oh yeah, I can see some of the canes and all that fun
1:26
stuff
a.m.
that I put in. Now let's just flick right to see our widgets.
Weather. 71 degrees. Mostly clear. High of 88 degrees. Low of 70 degrees. Reminders. 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 List ask Nana to mail audio headset. Post Facebook memory. Double tap.
So those are some old ones that I had.
Safari. Double tap to open.
But now we're on the home screen, and as you can see here, I'll zoom in. So you can see that indeed we have all of those emojis showing up on our on our home screen. Okay, one last thing I'll quickly show you how to navigate is photos, if you want to do photos. So let's go in here. I'll do a triple tap to get into our lock screen list. And emoji is highlighted. If I flick up, I want to get rid of this one.
Customize, delete.
So you can flick up or down. I should have actually flicked down because that would have been faster. But nevertheless, we are on delete, so I will double tap.
Alert, delete this wallpaper.
And it's asking if we'd like to delete this wallpaper, which yes, we would.
This wallpaper will be removed from both the lock screen and home screen.
And so it says it'll be removed.
Delete this wallpaper button.
So let's go ahead and delete
this
it.
Wallpaper color button.
So now it brought us to color, which was our last lock screen.
Focus button. Add new lock screen wallpaper.
And here's add new. Let's go in here.
Add new lock screen wallpaper. A complete view of the Earth. The Earth color gradient featured heading.
And these change a little bit each time, it looks like. So, okay, there's the featured heading. We're going to go to the left.
Color grade, astronomy, weather, emoji, photo shuffle, button, people, photos, button.
And we'll select photos.
Can all, button.
And
photo, favorite, July 11th, photo, favorite, July 7th.
I like this one in the middle.
Favorite, July 7th.
So I'll select it.
Photo, favorite, cancel, button.
This is a picture, it looks like, that I took of the view from our hotel room in New Orleans when I was there in July. So,
add, button. Top widget.
Again, we could do the top widget stuff, but this one we're going to just leave as is with the picture. So we'll add it.
Set his wallpaper.
And again, we'll go in here just to make sure with the home screen.
Home background button.
And indeed, I can see
selected. Home background selected. Home background home selected. Home background
that is set to blur it. So let's cancel that. I don't want it to blur it.
Select done button. Done.
And we'll say done.
Color. Astronomy. Sleep. Weather. Focus. Color. Focus. Color. Focus. Photo. Focus. Photos. Button. Activate to set as the.
Now I didn't show that clearly enough. So I'll show another one too that you can do.
Focus. Add new lock screen wallpaper.
We'll do this again. This will be the last one, I do promise.
Color gradient.
So
feature. Color. Weather. Emoji. Photo shuffle. People. Photo shuffle.
This I really like. Photo shuffle.
Cancel. But a dynamic set of photos that shuffle as you use your photo shuffle.
So it gives a description, along with actually showing some pictures I have.
A dynamic set of photos that shuffle as you use your iPhone throughout the day.
And it gives a description. It's a dynamic
set of photos that
shuffle, as we use the phone.
Image. Selected.
So if I explore by touch,
selected. People. Button.
We can select people.
Selected. Nature. Button.
Nature.
Selected. Cities. Button.
Cities.
Shuffle. Hourly. Dimmed. Button.
And we can specify when we want it to shuffle.
Use featured photos. Button.
Now we can say to use featured photos.
Select photos manually.
Or we can select manually. I like to have complete control over this. Let's select manually.
Cancel button.
So we have a cancel button.
Selected. Photos button. Albums button. 2 of 2.
So we have
selected.
A photos button
albums, button.
And an albums button.
Add. Dimmed. Photos. People. Places. Search field.
Now we could do a search if we knew kind of what we were looking for.
Dictate. Button. Cities. Button. Cities. Dictate. Photos.
Now,
cities.
Let's use a bit of explore by touch here.
Photo. People. Button. Selected. Favorite. Button. All. Button.
But I like to do the albums option because it's a bit easier.
Photos. People.
So I have to do explore by touch again to find albums. I'll double tap.
Albums. 2 of 2.
And I will find
favorites. 630. Photo. Favorite. July 12th.
Some favorites. Now,
photo. Explore image. Photo. Activate default.
This can be difficult. I'm just going to put the phone down so I can better move in to see these.
Favorite. July 12th. Photo. Favorite. July 12th.
So,
Page 2 of 43. Door. Elevate. Photo. Favorite. July 12th. Photo. Favorite. July. Selected. Photo. Favorite. July 12th.
so I favorited or selected one of those.
Favorite. July 12th.
And I'm just going and selecting
Page 2, page 3 of page 4 of 43. Page
what I have. So let's see.
Page 9 of page 10 of 43. Photo. Favorite. July 3rd. Selected. Selected. Photo. Favorite. Photo. Favorite. Selected. Photo. Favorite. July 3rd. Page 11 of page 12 of 40. Photo. Photo. Favorite. October 29th, 2021. Selected.
Okay.
Photo. Favorite.
So I just selected a couple randomly.
Add. Button.
And
Favorites.
at the top right
Add. Button.
is add.
Add. Cancel. Button.
Ooh, I don't really like that one, but okay.
Add. But top widget. Button.
And again, we have our widget
Widget.
customization.
Add widget. Natural. Take a photo. Button.
Now, we could pick a photo from what we selected.
Photo. Favorite. October.
So let's start with this
Cancel.
one.
Button.
Seems kind of nice.
Add. But top widget. Clock widget. Add widget. Natural. Take a photo. More. Button.
And so,
Take a natural.
natural, let's some options for how it
Take
looks.
a more. Button.
But if we select more,
More. Shuffle frequency.
we can change the shuffle frequency.
Daily. Button. Selected. Hourly. Daily.
And we have daily,
Selected. Hourly.
Hourly.
Button. Unlock. Button.
or unlock,
On tap. Button.
or on tap.
Unlock. Button.
So I actually kind of like unlock.
Cancel. Button.
So we've done that now.
Add. Button.
And if we go to the
Top widget.
to the
Add.
right,
Button.
we have the add button. So let's add this.
Add. Dimmed. Set as wallpaper.
And again,
pair.
I'm going
Button.
to
Set as wallpaper pair.
go
Button.
in
Customize home screen.
and say customize home screen. I always like to double check
Home
these.
background. Gradient between cyan and blue. Button.
So the two that we want to make sure are set
Home selected.
are the
Home
first
background.
one,
Button.
and then we want to make sure the last option is turned off for
Home
me.
selected. Home background.
So
Button.
this first one that says home background, I know it's confusing, or it says home background. That, again, is to make sure that's set to the same picture as the lock screen.
Home background.
And then all the way
Button.
to the right,
Selected. Home background. Button.
that other one that's selected is actually the blur option.
Home background. Same as lock screen.
So we have those set now correctly. So
Home-
let's
home-
find the
select
done button.
Done. Button. Done. Color. Button.
And it brings us to the beginning of the list, as always.
Sleep. Web. Color. Focus. Color. Focus. Focus. Button. Photos. Button.
So
Activate to set as the default.
let's
Activate
select
to
this
set as the
photos.
default 1:35 a.m.
oh, wait a minute. I think we just did the wrong one.
1:35 a.m.
So I'll do a triple tap.
Photos. Focus. Photos. Button. Activate to set as the default screen. Photos. Button.
So and the
Activate
last
focus.
one here is
Add
the
new
one we
lock.
want.
Photos. Button. Activate to set as the default 1:35 a.m.
And there we go. Now just to show you that this will shuffle,
1:35 a.m. 1:35 a.m. 1:35 a.m.
not the best
1:35 a.m.
photos. So let me delete this actually.
Photos. Customize. Delete. Alert. Delete this wallpaper will be delete this wallpaper. Delete this wallpaper. Photos.
And
Photos.
I'll
But
delete this one too. Actually, I'm going to delete all the ones we made because they're not ones I particularly am interested in keeping.
Delete. Alert. Delete this wallpaper. Delete this wallpaper. Delete this
Now,
wallpaper.
I'll show you the one I do like.
Focus. Weather. Button. Sleep. Button. Astronaut. Focus. Photos. Focus. Color. Button.
And that is
Photos.
this photo shuffle,
Activate to set as the default 1:36 a.m.
which has a lot of vacation photos.
Calendar. Tuesday 1 o'clock.
And I'll show you
9
what's
a.m.
in here. We have, for my widgets, I have
9 a.m.
the next alarm.
1:36 a.m.
We have, of course, the time as a part of all, of all
1:36
screens.
a.m. Calendar. Tuesday. August weather. Temperature currently 71. High 88. Low
the
70.
weather.
Calendar. Tuesday. August 30th. No events today. Your day is clear.
And we have our next event.
1:36 a.m. clock. 9 a.m. Tuesday. Not one calendar. Tuesday. Weather. Temperature currently 71. High 88. Low 70. Batteries. Upload 100%. Do not disturb. Button.
and my Apple Watch is full, as it says, so all the information at a glance is here. Okay, well, that has been a look at customizing the lock screen in iOS 16. Now, I hope this was understandable and, somewhat easy to follow what I was doing. Apple does need to do some work here. It's not super clear how everything works, unfortunately. But I still think once you have it set up, it is something that you will enjoy using. Now, if they just improve on it a bit, I think it will be great in the future. But if you do use it, do be patient, because it may be aggravating at first, but I can personally assure you from really getting the opportunity to use the feature, I don't know how we lived without it. It's so nice to be able to check the information quickly about things like your next calendar appointment or what the temperature is outside, all from the lock screen. So that was our look at customizing the lock screen in iOS 16. Thank you for watching this, and stay tuned for more iOS 16 tutorials. Thank you for watching.
We hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe for more, and feel free to comment. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, @Gallagher123123. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.